Well, welcome to our September 12th event. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
yes,
Yes,
we
we
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you.
Hey, great. I thought that Ayat is here. Okay, we are starting in a few minutes, so people are joining in. And our event is getting streamed on YouTube at the moment and will be shared on Facebook in a few minutes. So our today's event is about classroom management. And when it comes to classroom of materials, lots of tools, but the problem is that we are forced to use digitized stuff, you know, that's because of the coronavirus. I know that many people love technology, but when it comes to be enforced, yeah, maybe people might find some difficulties doing so, and that's why, well, this is the main objective of the current of today's event. So we have Dr. Aliki, we have Dr. Ghada Al-Akhdar, and we have Dr. Mariam will be joining, and they will. I'm sure that they will have great input today to say today, inshallah. Okay, so Aliki, you can give us like an overview on your session till we start. We're starting in a couple of more minutes. Okay, your mic and speak.
Okay, so I'll just give an overview until we officially start, which you are saying is going to be a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no problem. I thought classroom management and EdTech, for me, that means student engagement. The way to manage a classroom, whether online or in a live classroom, is to keep students engaged. That is what I'm extremely passionate about, and that's what my doctorate is about. And I truly believe that students that are busy and participating will be well managed. Divided into to show you a few ways to management without using any tech tools, just by using the student hands, little props, different icebreakers and team building activities. And the second half will be on a few tech tools that you can use, like basic Google Slides to do graffiti wall. If we have time, I'll show you the carousel as well, how it works online. I'm sure many of you have tried it in the classroom. And I will talk a little bit about co-spaces and show you how that works. And I'll also be showing you a short video about merge cubes. I'm sure you've all heard the new buzz is all about merge cubes. Maybe you've seen it or used it before. I'll show you a little video on that. That's basically the entire session. It's only 35 minutes, unfortunately, and it won't be extremely interactive, but I will try to let you guys try a few things out during the session, and I hope it will be valuable. Also, I will send a PowerPoint presentation with exact instructions, step by step, written in the speaker's notes of the PowerPoint. So any of the things I mention, you will be receiving either on Facebook or however, Mr. Walid will give you very, very detailed instructions on how everything works. So don't worry about taking notes and stuff.
Well, thank you, Aliki, for that quick overview. I guess Ayat is ready by now. Ayat? Hello, you can unmute yourself and start the introduction about our SIGs.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Yeah, okay.
Can you hear me?
It's all yours now.
Okay.
Yes, we can hear you, Ayat, yes.
Okay, just getting the slides ready because I had a connection problem.
Дай нож сечь. Desculpa aí, nós decidimos estar ali. Dá que chegou amanhã só. Sì, da forse lei dice così che crediti non hai su Fierksa, il Fierksa sì. Ще запомни так сильно. Через дня ну, пам'ятаєш.
Okay.
I can see it.
Can you see the slides now?
Yes, it's a little bit blurred still, but it is appearing on the screen.
Okay, can anyone from the LTSIG team let me know when it comes clear?
It's getting clear.
Okay, so shall we go ahead?
Okay.
Yep.
Yes, we can see Firefox and the microphone and so on. I mean, it's not very clear, but we can see it.
Is the sound clear
Yes,
now?
Ayat, yes.
Yes, perfect.
Okay, great, great. So hello everyone and welcome to NileTESOL LTSIG event, September event. So I would like to start with an intro about the SIGs. But introduce myself first. I am Ayat Al-Tawil and I am NileTESOL LTSIG coordinator, and we have our team Asma, Hiba and Ghada with you here in the chat and on Facebook. So to start with, I would like to give an intro about NileTESOL SIGs, special interest groups. So we do have 8 SIGs now. So let me go through them. But before we start, I would like to welcome you and say a thank you to Dr. Ghada Abul Hassan, NileTESOL President, and Mr. Samir Omara, the SIGs Chair, for helping all the SIGs come to life. The SIGs mission is to empower the teachers in Egypt and even outside Egypt to share their interests in different groups, support them with the events that we have face-to-face before the pandemic, of course, and now online, and hopefully going back to face-to-face events soon. So to start with, we have the Learning Technologies Special Interest Group. This is our SIG that we're welcoming you in our event today. So the main aim of the SIG is to share with all teachers the different learning technologies applications, how to use them in ELT teaching and learning, and empower students through these tools. And this is, of course, the main need these days, especially after COVID-19. Then we have Teaching English to Young Learners, the TEYL SIG, coordinated by Maya Isa, which brings all NileTESOL members different approaches to teaching young learners and opens a channel of communication for everyone who's interested in that field. Then we have English for Specific Purposes, ESP SIG, run by Dr. Marwa Garwani. And it serves the needs of English teachers, curriculum developers, and researchers in English courses in general, and English for specific purposes. Then we have the EIE-SIG, English for Inclusive Education, that covers teaching practices and researches about individuals with special needs. Then we have the TE-SIG, Teacher Education SIG, that aims at sharing everything about teacher training and for all educators and how they can improve themselves, CPD, continuous professional development opportunities. Then we have the TE-SIG, Testing and Assessment SIG, sharing everything about the field of testing, assessment, evaluation. And then we have also PW-SIG, Professional Writing Special Interest Group, that promotes lots of ideas and techniques and even teaching practices inside the classroom about teaching writing in ELT. And then we have our new research SIG that was launched yesterday, and that we have the honor to have presenters in the event today. So the research SIG is run by Dr. Ghada and Dr. Karim, and it aims at supporting teachers in their research activities and also shedding light on research in the classroom and outside the classroom, and challenges and strategies that researchers can use. So
thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Without further ado, I would like to start the event. and introduce our first presenter. Okay, just give me a I really apologize because we do have Ghada. Yes, please.
Okay, let's welcome Dr. Aliki is presently doing her doctorate in educational leadership, which includes an action research about online student engagement. She's extremely passionate about experiential learning and believes that it is not as you can master, but rather about the strategies and use to engage and motivate the students. Okay, and I would like also to highlight to highlight Dr. Aliki's topic today. She's mainly going to talk about classroom management with technology, as this is the topic of our event today. And at this session, she aims at involving a few strategies that people could use with Google Slides and Google Docs. And of course, that will also include few basic tools that can ensure students' engagement. Among these tools, we will find also Crucial and Graffiti. Okay, and this would lead to efficient classroom management. Let's welcome Dr. Aliki, and here you are. You can start.
Thank you so much for your lovely introduction. That was very sweet.
Thank you.
I'd like cameras on if possible, please. Everybody who doesn't mind having the camera on, it's really essential that I see you. Thank you so much for putting your cameras on, Ms. Wafa and Ms. Miriam. Really appreciate that. And May, Ms. Maha. Only people, thank you for putting your camera on. It's really essential to have cameras. This should be a rule with your students too, because if you don't ask for the cameras on, they can put cameras off and you won't know if they are there, and you will not be able to engage them actively. So it is quite important. Okay, anybody else willing to put their cameras on? Waiting for some more people. I'd love to see your faces. Thank you so much. Okay, so my presentation is divided into two parts. I'm going to show you some little things to do with your students that do not involve complex tools. I find myself telling my students, do this flip grid and then follow this link to Padlet, and then go and do, and there's so many links they have to follow, it can be overwhelming, which is good. You should know all these tools, but there are certain things that you need to do with the students that can just get their attention. So I'll show you those first, and then I will show you a few tech tools that I have found very useful. I'd like to engage you, and you need to show me, if I'm going to ask you, this is an icebreaker. I believe that icebreakers and team building are two of the main ways that teachers keep their students engaged and happy and connected. So we're going to do a few icebreakers and then a couple of team building ideas. So the icebreakers, my first one, and it's a very common one, maybe you've used it already. If you have the cameras on, I'm going to ask you, would you rather do this or do that? And then you tell me 1, if you agree with the first thing, and 2, if you agree with the second thing. So if I say, would you rather eat a pizza or eat a hamburger? If you would rather eat a pizza, you say 1. If you would rather eat a hamburger, you say 2. You have to show your fingers to the camera. Okay, so this is a really cute one. It's very simple, but it gets students thinking, and you can base your questions on the actual lesson. So I'll ask you a couple of those. Would you rather teach online or teach in the classroom? I see mainly people saying 2. Nobody likes online teaching. Okay, lovely, thank you. Would you rather have a huge variety of tech tools, or would you rather master just 2 or 3 that you can use in different ways? Okay, some people want many tools, some people would like to master a few. Lovely, thank you for that. All right, here's a personal one. Would you rather be very successful in a career that you're not that happy in, or would you rather make your dream come true. Okay, see a lot of twos there. Yes, dream come true, successful career, dream come. Lovely. Okay, thank you for that. Would you rather read a book or watch a movie? Read a book, watch a movie. Okay, can anybody share an example of that? Anybody would like to share an example of read the book or watch the movie? Yes, Ms. Wafaa, would you like to share?
Yes, I would rather read a book because I love reading so much. It takes me from the place to another place, exactly.
Yes, definitely. Have you ever like seen the movie after reading the book and thought, oh, that's like so dull compared to the book?
Sure. Yes, it happened before. I regret watching the movie because it ruined everything.
Okay, let's give jazz hands. Everybody give jazz hands to Ms. Wafaa. Thank you. Okay, with your students, you've got to use hands a lot. So you've got jazz hands, you've got stars, you've got fireworks. If it's something brilliant, you can give them a rainbow. Always use hands, and then everybody in class has to do it. So let's give jazz hands. Let me see your jazz hands. Lovely, jazz hands. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing, Ms. Wafaa. Okay, would you rather teach a student that is gifted and is not interested in anything, or a struggling student that needs a lot of support? What do you prefer to teach? Which one do you think is easier to teach? Students, you need to be like on a really other level to be able to engage them, and they would be really bored. Thank you so much. Okay. That was one kind of icebreaker that you can start the lesson with, where you ask students to choose one or two, and this could be really related to your lesson, so make it count. Something you taught the day before or the week before. Okay, here's another one. Can you all show me five fingers? Okay, this is every time I ask you a question and the answer to my question is yes, you close one finger. So this is a really nice one. You can do it with 10. I kind of invented this in a previous session. So I was asking people to think of 10 advantages of their lives after COVID, of the quarantine, and people had to really think hard about good things instead of bad things. But today, we're going to do something else. So I'm going to ask you questions, and then every time you want to answer yes, you just close a finger. So here's a nice one for all of us. I struggled with online quarantined. I struggled with online learning when we first got quarantined. Anybody agree with that? Or was it just easy for you? Did you just get online and be an expert in online learning? I think we all had one or two struggles, just one or two teeny weeny struggles, right? Okay. Very often students know more than I do about an online tool, or they can figure it out quicker than I can. If you teach high school, that will probably be true. Or isn't saying yes, you must be an expert at technology. Okay. I have on occasion got disconnected in the middle of a lesson due to internet problems. Okay, I think that's happened to all of us. And then the students are like, oh, the miss has left. Elvis has left the building. Okay. All right. I know some online tools, but I am really ready to know a lot more. Okay, that's me. I attended a conference held in America by Lucian organization. It's a non-profit organization, and they had 3-day sessions that were very intense, and they taught us like 20 different tools, very complicated and mind-blowing, but you know, they can always never engage your students by just using your hands. And then when somebody says something, you can do jazz hands or like give them shiny stars or any of that kind of thing. Okay, in terms of icebreakers, really can invent an icebreaker as you are sitting with your students. You can tell them, okay, everybody go around your house and find me something blue. And they can all come with something blue. And this you can use in the middle of a lesson or at the end of a lesson. anytime that kids need a break, or you just want to give them something to do that's not, okay, everybody turn to page 15, now go to Nearpod and do this and share this link and do that. You can just do something cute. You can use, you can tell them to turn their camera onto something in their room and explain that thing. Is everybody still hearing me? I feel like I've frozen. Can you give me a thumbs up if you can still hear me? Okay, see, thumbs up also works really well when your students, you want to just check stuff. You can tell them, did everybody understand or not so much, or didn't understand? Thumbs up is always brilliant. Or if it's like a happy thumbs up, you know, always use students' hands. It's the best way to get students engaged. So other kind of icebreakers, tell your students to create an imaginary story about something on their desk, a fantastical imaginary story. You can ask them to bring a drink to their next lesson because they were so well behaved, and you just want to make them happy, so they can bring a snack or a drink, and then they can talk about just their lives for a little while, for 5 minutes before starting the lesson. You can tell them to do a facial expression about yesterday's lesson, and they could do stuff like, I don't know anything, or it was great, or I'm sad, it was awful, or I'm happy, it was great. They can do like, yay. Always have them use their faces and use their hands. These are brilliant ways to get students engaged. Okay, these are icebreakers. I'm going to send you my step details about like tons and tons of icebreakers. I just wanted to give you a quick idea. All right, team building, that's my favorite. I do team building all year round. When I'm in the classroom, we have hula hoops, we have balls, all sizes and shapes. We go to the garden, we do team building, we do fall of trust, we do line of truth. There is always team building, especially with, I think especially with teenagers, but I think this refers to KG through 12. Online team building is different. You don't have any hula hoops or any do team building. We can pretend we have a ball and we can throw it to somebody in the class and tell them something positive. Like, I will start with Mr. Mike. I'm going to throw you the ball. You have to catch the ball. And then once you catch the ball, you have to give somebody else a compliment. I like your hair, lovely background you have there. You're a great teacher for joining the session. Whatever compliment you want to give, you throw it to somebody, say their name, and then they have to catch it. Okay, are we ready? So if somebody calls out your name and think of another compliment for somebody else and throw the ball. So I'm starting with Mr. Mike. Mr. Mike, you're brilliant at technology.
Thank you, Nikki. What I call it?
Excellent.
Mr. Walid, thank you for your kind message about the session the other day.
Mr. Walid, you have to catch the ball.
Yep, I did. I caught it. So I'm working with some technical things. You already know that. Yeah,
yes.
And that's why I didn't turn the camera. Yep.
No problem. You can still throw the ball without your camera on. Throw it to somebody else and tell them anything positive. Okay, I'll take the ball from Mr. Walid. That could happen in class. And I will throw the ball to Miss Wafa. You're a brilliant reader, avid reader.
I got it. I can say thank you to Maha because she is opening her camera.
Okay, great. Okay, you get the idea of catch the ball, throw the ball. So somehow, everything that we do in team building in class, we can somehow adapt it to online. Like every single technique I've ever used in class, I found an adaptation for it online. The jigsaw, the carousel, the any technique I've ever used in class, I found some kind of adaptation, debate, philosophical chair, Socratic discussion. Even if it is sitting in a circle in class, we can still do it online. You just make a little tweak so you can use it. All right. Another team building thing that I do, and I hope the screen is going to share. I really hope the screen is going to share. If it doesn't, I'll just explain it to you. Are you guys seeing my screen?
No, we couldn't.
You can't see my screen. Okay, that's not a good thing. All right, let me get back.
It
Okay.
may take a little while, but it will work.
It will work.
Just give it some time. Are you presenting at the moment?
I'll carry on presenting until you tell me that you can see. All right. It's called a fuzzy. We do fuzzies in class. That means that you can do it 1 month into school, because most kids have been together the previous year, but maybe new students have come in. So you need to give them at least 1 month at school, and then you can do a fuzzy. Or I usually do my fuzzy at the end of the year. What is a fuzzy? Every student gets a piece of paper. They write their name in a very fancy font, or fancy with a marker in a fancy handwriting at the top of the paper. And then we sit in a circle and we pass these papers on in clockwise or anti-clockwise direction. And each person has to write with their own different color a beautiful comment about the person whose name is at the top of the paper. So we have like 30 seconds and everybody writes a positive comment, and we switch. And the papers go around until every single person has written a positive comment about every other person. Shared yet? Oh, is it sharing? I feel like, okay. That's sad. Well, online, I figured out that
Can you try it again, Aliki?
Okay.
Can you try it again? There is, below at the, at the bottom right side, there is the present now.
Yes, I did
Can
that.
you see it?
And then I just cancel.
Okay, and then you have to click
on share.
You have to select the scene that you'd like to share it, and then confirm. Click OK. It should be
again. The problem is that it's here. It's just cancel is working, but I can get it here. In the meantime, I'll carry on.
Okay, you can send it to us. You can send it to us, and we'll do the sharing for you.
Okay, I'm gonna.
So while you are explaining.
Okay.
That's okay.
Let's try one.